For decades, Boeing has been synonymous with the marvel of modern aviation, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the skies. Their aircraft have connected continents, carried millions, and symbolized progress. In the early 21st century, the demand for more fuel-efficient, advanced planes led to the development of the 737 MAX, hailed as the next generation of a legendary family of jets. It promised greater range, lower operating costs, and a seamless transition for pilots familiar with its predecessors, aiming to maintain Boeing's competitive edge in a rapidly evolving market. To achieve its enhanced fuel efficiency, the 737 MAX was fitted with larger, more powerful engines. These engines, however, were too big to fit under the wing in the traditional position. Engineers moved them further forward and higher. This seemingly minor alteration had a profound effect on the plane's aerodynamics, creating an unexpected tendency for the aircraft's nose to pitch upwards during certain flight conditions, especially when flying at high angles of attack. This aerodynamic quirk posed a significant challenge that required an automated solution to ensure the aircraft handled like previous 737 models. The solution to the MAX's aerodynamic instability was the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS. This automated flight control system was designed to subtly push the plane's nose down if it detected a high angle of attack, mimicking the handling characteristics of older 737s and preventing a potential stall. Boeing intended MCAS to operate in the background, making the MAX feel familiar to pilots without requiring extensive retraining. It was meant to be a safety feature, a technical fix to an aerodynamic challenge, ensuring a consistent pilot experience across the 737 family. A critical part of the MAX journey to the skies involved its certification by the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. However, the FAA, facing budget and staffing constraints, relied heavily on Boeing itself to perform much of the safety analysis and certification tasks for the MAX. This process, known as Designated Airworthiness Representative or DAR, allowed Boeing employees to act on behalf of the FAA. This self-certification model, while not uncommon in aviation, would later come under intense scrutiny, raising serious questions about the rigor and independence of the safety evaluations for MCAS. Perhaps one of the most concerning revelations post-crashes was the severe lack of information pilots received about MCAS. Boeing intentionally downplayed the system's role, fearing that extensive new training requirements would deter airlines from purchasing the MAX. As a result, MCAS was only briefly mentioned in some training materials, and many pilots were not even aware of its existence or how it operated. This meant that when faced with an MCAS malfunction, pilots lacked the fundamental knowledge to identify the problem and execute the proper corrective actions, a tragic gap in their preparedness. The aviation world was stunned on October 29, 2018, when Lion Air Flight 610, a brand new Boeing 737 MAX 8, plunged into the Java Sea shortly after takeoff from Jakarta, Indonesia. All 189 people on board perished. Investigators quickly recovered the flight data recorders, which revealed a horrifying sequence of events, the plane's nose repeatedly forced down by an automated system, despite the pilot's desperate struggle to regain control. This first tragedy, though initially attributed to multiple factors, laid the groundwork for a more sinister pattern that would soon emerge. Just 5 months later, on March 10, 2019, history tragically repeated itself. Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, another Boeing 737 MAX 8, crashed 6 minutes after takeoff from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, killing all 157 people on board. The similarities to the Lion Air crash were chillingly apparent. Witnesses reported erratic flight paths, and preliminary data indicated another instance of the aircraft's nose being repeatedly pushed down. This second catastrophe ignited immediate global alarm and an unprecedented wave of decisions from aviation authorities worldwide. The world demanded answers, and fast. Investigations into both crashes quickly identified a common, horrifying cause: a single faulty angle of attack, AOA, sensor. This sensor, critical for MCAS operation, provided incorrect data, tricking the system into believing the plane was stalling. Consequently, MCAS repeatedly engaged, autonomously pushing the aircraft's nose down. In both instances, the flight crews, unaware of MCAS or its potential for such aggressive intervention, fought desperately against the system. They were essentially battling their own aircraft's automated controls, leading to a loss of control and the tragic impact. In the wake of the Ethiopian Airlines crash, with mounting evidence pointing to a systemic flaw, aviation authorities around the globe took unprecedented action. Country after country, starting with China and then swiftly followed by the European Union, Canada, and finally the United States, grounded the entire global fleet of Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. This was a monumental decision, reflecting a profound loss of trust in the aircraft and its certification process. Hundreds of planes were idled, costing Boeing billions and severely disrupting air travel worldwide. The message was clear: safety trumped all. Boeing initiated a comprehensive software overhaul for MCAS. The updated system now requires data from at least 2 angle of attack sensors to agree before MCAS can activate, significantly reducing the risk of erroneous activation. Furthermore, the system's authority was limited, preventing it from repeatedly pushing the nose down to an unrecoverable state. Along with these software changes, a rigorous new pilot training regime was mandated, ensuring pilots are fully aware of MCAS and trained to handle potential malfunctions. After extensive safety reviews by multiple international regulators, the MAX was gradually recertified, with the first flights resuming in late 2020. The Boeing 737 MAX tragedy served as a stark, painful reminder of the critical importance of robust design, transparent certification, and comprehensive pilot training in the complex world of aviation. The crashes prompted a fundamental re-evaluation of regulatory processes globally and pushed Boeing to prioritize safety over speed to market. While confidence in the MAX has slowly been rebuilt, the memory of those lost remains a powerful testament to the human cost of engineering failures. The industry continues to evolve, striving for a future where such tragedies are never repeated, always learning from the past to secure the safety of the skies.